Okay, I'm going to share this with you. Because our brain has been taught to limit itself on the 10%, which is the number one is 10. And we've been limited in that way, in that capacity, so that what we do is think on the baser sort. The number one is that's number one. So we've been taught to think on the baser sort. Baseline. Okay. And so we see these megaliths and monuments and geographic structures and everything, and massive buildings and bridges and construction, like the New World Trade Center. And we think that human, somebody like me, built it. And however, we have been put to sleep for a massive amount of time, but to us, we woke up and then it's there. I may be just like brushing my teeth or something like that, and then I stop. And maybe a week went by and I start again, and I have no knowledge of that fact. So what is happening is entities, little tiny minute microscopic entities, are building these things. But that's not all that's doing it. I'm going to refer to the monument at the Aswan Dam with the people, the fossilized people sitting on the seat. They're in a spaceship. Those pyramids in Kemet, the pyramids in Mexico, the pyramids in South America are spaceships. They're all spaceships. And they're aligned with the cosmos because everything has to be mathematically equated. And so they're aligned with stars and in the cosmos. And so we think that they were built by man, and we always credit it. Oh, must have been a magnificent, intelligent generation. And when we exist, we've been existing for billions of years, just like here today, just like this right now. It rotates, it goes around and around and around. The Bible says, speak on things that are not as though they were, instead of speak on things that are not as they are. They were. We existed. We're in a library, like my library here. See back there? We're in a book on a shelf, and it's closed, but we are not aware of that. And so I'm going back to the Aswan Dam. Now, at that dam, there are gigantic figures, and then there's smaller figures and smaller figures and smaller figures that are petrified. But however, they're not, but we see them as petrified because that's how slow we're rotating. And it's like if you watch Captain Picard or on Star Trek The Next Generation or Janeway, Voyager, or Deep Space Nine, and they are on spaceships, and when they crawl through the Jefferies tubes, when people take tours and they go to Egypt or they go to the monuments in South America, they crawl through tubes, really tiny, narrow spaces. And on these Star Trek pictures, what are they doing? They're crawling through really narrow, geographically formed spaces called Jefferies tubes to get from one location to the other if they're not using the elevator. And when they use the elevator, it closes and it's a flat surface. It's not like an open door like this. like this. It's not open door like that. It's a flat surface. And so when you look at the monuments, all you see is a flat surface. And so it moves. It moves to the side. Like open sesame. It just moves. So, and take for instance also the San Francisco Bridge. You think that man built that? You think that human built that with all those trucks with their little screwdrivers and wrenches and hammers? You think that? What about the sand trucks, the cement trucks that dump cement? They're gonna go underwater, that far deep into the water to dump the cement into the columns? And who put up the columns? All this stuff is like a mathematical computer form, and so right now we're just this ignorant and accepting this stuff instead of going inside and getting information about what is what and what is not. You know, there's factual stuff, and it's mixed with illusions. It's mixed with lies. You have to have the factual stuff. You have to have the truth mixed with lies. It's just that, are you highly spiritual enough to discern this stuff? Are you really? Are you sure? We're in a book in the library, and everything is being made by these microscopic entities and not by no human, not made by hand.